When you think about how the world is going digital, what do you see? Computers? The internet? Autonomous vehicles? Other evolutions? Over the last 5 decades of our existence, Intel has created radical innovation that continues to revolutionize the way we live. Today, we develop a variety of cutting-edge technologies at the core of the new data-centric world. We also drive business and society forward through our people and organizations from the public and private sectors, expanding technology's positive impact on the world's greatest challenges: health, safety, sustainability, and diversity and inclusion. There is Intel Silicon everywhere in most relevant digital infrastructures, set to transcend and transform the world, enabling cloud computing, mobility fueled by 5G, artificial intelligence and machine learning, technology readiness in education, Internet of Things, and so much more.
Hello, I'm Asha Keddy from Intel, and I'm so pleased to be a part of the 2021 CTIA 5G Summit. Long ago, Intel's founder, Robert Noyce, implored all of us at the company to go off and do something wonderful. This incredibly inspirational advice continues to ring true for me personally, particularly as my team and I have had the privilege to create and drive forward 5G, a technology that can be truly transformational and wonderful. We at Intel view 5G as much more than just a solution for pervasive connectivity. We see it as a technology force multiplier for digital transformation, enabling other transformative technologies such as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, ubiquitous computing, and flexible and responsive infrastructure that spans from the cloud to the network to the edge. Together, these are going to transform literally everything, from business to healthcare to manufacturing to society itself. Across the US and the globe, we're starting to see the transformative nature of 5G and edge computing take hold. One great example comes from the 5G Innovation Lab Food Resiliency project. The farming industry in Snohomish County is like that of many other parts of rural America, comprised of large-scale commercial farms, small boutique farms, and everything in between. For decades, farmers like those in Snohomish County have felt the pressure to grow more food with fewer acres. And widespread commercialization in the United States has meant that those farms, if they are unable to remain economically viable, are then purchased by developers and turned into strip malls, subdivisions, or commercial office buildings. The Food Resiliency Project is an economic development initiative that successfully unites Snohomish County, Washington farmers, and Intel Corporation with members of the 5G Open Innovation Lab. This project uses a dynamic testing platform with dedicated access to a 5G-ready network and edge computing. Its mission is to connect application developers with Snohomish County farmers to improve the efficiency through the use of modern technology like data analytics, sensing software, farm robotics, and drone-based monitoring. This project develops new applications that will improve the economic viability and resiliency of the Washington agriculture industry and minimize future food service disruptions for consumers and regional agribusiness. Another example is the work underway with the school district that is creating a bridge for the digital divide, as well as helping students navigate new ways of learning during a pandemic. As a part of Intel's $50 million Pandemic Response Technology Initiative to combat COVID-19, Intel, Amazon Web Services, and Meg Computing are working together to enable remote learning for an underserved community in Sacramento, California.
The world is changing now. Access to information really does draw the line between the haves and the have-nots.
I grew up across the street. I felt like I had a fantastic time as a kid. This school and this community, there's something special about it. The kids, they love being here at school. They want to learn.
I feel honored to serve my community, but I feel like I need to do more.
We've been talking internet, technology, laptops for kids for a good 10 years. It started with just trying to get our kids some one-to-one devices. And then we ran into the issue of internet at home, and we were tasked with sending 350 laptops home with kids. The access piece became the challenge. And then COVID.
I think the pandemic really highlighted the inequity that was already there, and broadband was a big part of that. You know, when classes moved online, when work moved online, when everything said, oh, it's okay, just look it up if you need to enroll in food stamps, and didn't fully connect the fact that there's whole sections of our community that, either because of lack of infrastructure or cost, didn't have access to that resource.
5G is way more than just connecting iPhone. And 5G, with the right compute power, happen to be a solution.
Our school is focused on making sure that our kids have equitable access to everything they need to be successful at school. That's what we want to provide for them.
This is a really special community, and I think what you've given them in terms of this tool of broadband is it's just going to blow our minds what comes out of this, because this neighborhood has been ready for this type of attention and investment for a while.
This is a technology pebble that's being dropped into a pond. And the ramifications of the ripple effects, I think, are going to be national.
Intel believes this will be a step towards closing the digital divide within the school district. These two examples use advanced networks and edge computing and are designed to be upgradable to 5G. They give us a glimpse into what is truly possible once 5G scales out and our ecosystem transitions forward. 5G is a critical part of the convergence of technology advancements happening and is already being hailed as an engine for economic growth, from its ability to improve fixed and mobile internet connectivity to its support for more immersive experiences on our mobile devices. And nowhere is this economic potential of 5G more relevant than in the enterprise space. Let me share with you a couple of projections to give you a sense of impact 5G is likely to have on enterprises and their industries. As many of you have likely heard, this past February, the CTIA and Boston Consulting Group projected that over the next decade, 5G deployments will contribute $1.4 trillion to $1.7 trillion to the US GDP and create 3.8 million to 4.6 million jobs. This is because, as the projections show, 5G will become a foundation for innovation, transforming many sectors of the US economy and creating industry verticals not imagined today. And when combined, 5G and artificial intelligence are projected to generate enormous economic impact, to the tune of $17.9 trillion in global GDP by 2035. In the same way that smartphones ignited the app economy and changed how we live, the next generation of wireless networks will make AI applications accessible to any connected device, unlocking new and enhanced services, use cases, business models, and economic growth. 5G is off to a strong start around the world. Today, there are more than 175 commercial 5G networks across 72 countries, and there are nearly 1,000 5G devices announced by more than 140 companies, with more than half of them already commercial. And at the end of last year, just a year and a half since the first 5G networks launched, there were more than 400 million 5G subscribers worldwide. This makes 5G the fastest growing cellular mobile standard in history. In order to take full advantage of 5G for digital transformation, communication service providers are leveraging 5G's inherent cloud-native architecture to move cloud-based infrastructure to optimize efficiency and agility. This move to virtualized infrastructure is a generational sea change happening across the entire telecom industry. The networks that underpin 4G and 5G wireless performance have gone through incredible change. Starting with their core, they are becoming more virtualized, software-defined, and programmable, agile, and scalable. They are benefiting from cloud economics that began in the data center. Today, significant industry momentum is growing to virtualize the RAN, which can dramatically improve performance with optimized software for specific workloads. This opens a range of opportunities for communication service providers to elevate their user experience and create new monetizable service offerings. As the world's leading network silicon provider, Intel has been at the forefront of 5G and global network transformation, powering virtual core and virtual radio access networks in the US and around the world with our technologies and reference architectures. Legacy cellular networks were simply not designed for today's level of data and emerging use cases. These networks need to be transformed. This started with virtualization at the core of the network, expanding to service provider, metro, and neighborhood central offices, and now out to the radio access network, which is the last link between users and the network. Now, 5G and edge computing networks are designed to not only handle today's needs, but to serve as a foundation to further improve in the years to come. They enable new levels of connectivity, throughput, and low latency, intelligence, and flexibility. Along with our peers within CTIA, we have a long record of pioneering advanced wireless technology innovations. This helps us lead in design and engineering, global standard formation, and defining 5G advances and technologies beyond 5G. This work is not easy. Digital transformation requires commitment to the wireless standards for 5G and other wireless technologies such as Wi-Fi, so that industries like manufacturing and robotics can move to standardized, interoperable, and smart systems that benefit from economies of scale. These efforts are critical steps towards realizing the full potential of 5G, edge computing, and artificial intelligence outcomes across a range of industries. We, as an industry, look to our leaders to join us in working towards the advancements of 5G. Along with our peers within the CTIA, Intel has long been advocating for opening mid-band spectrum for 5G, and spectrum is critical to enabling this transformation. We are pleased with the recent steps that the FCC has taken with regard to making 3.7 to 4 gigahertz available and the additional 100 megahertz of mid-band spectrum, which will be made available this fall. But additional spectrum will be needed as we continue on this digital transformation journey. Intel is proud of our role in enabling the building blocks of digital transformation and as a leading player in 5G, and are committed to continuing this work. We're working alongside our customers as a trusted partner, helping them to architect their networks from core to access to edge. 5G is a technology that can help improve the lives of people and the environment in which we live, creating a safer, healthier, smarter society for all. With 5G, we can really do something wonderful.